court on Thursday. While expressing his apparent frustration with a request from defense counsel advocate Charles Mnisi, who was asking to be excused from proceedings this coming Monday due to his travels to run the Comrades Marathon tomorrow, Judge Mokgwatleng commented to the effect that only black advocates engage in that kind of conduct and no white advocate would make that request. Criticism of the judge's comments has been swift, with critics accusing him of making racially divisive remarks and some going as far as to accuse him of evincing self-hate. Let's listen to two clips of the judge making those comments, one from last year, around March last year, and the one that happened on Thursday.
Is this how lawyers, black lawyers, maybe we should just tell the truth. Is this how black lawyers behave? Yeah. Some of them, maybe I should qualify that. How can you tell a judge that you are unable to proceed today because the two witnesses, which you said were short witnesses,
yes,
he doesn't know what they said. He has to read the evidence of those two witnesses, prepare and come here. This case, people are talking justice delayed, justice denied, 10 years, no justice, case is just dragging on. The family is distraught, the brothers, the relatives, even they accuse themselves. They've been 2 to 3 years in custody. And here's this stupid judge called Mokgwatleng. You allow a person who's representing two of the accused here to go and run a marathon. I must go and tell the JP. When the JP asks me, why were you not sitting, or the DJP, why were you not sitting on Monday? No, we're waiting for Advocate Mnisi to come drive back to Joburg, to wherever, because he was running a marathon. This is South Africa, run by blacks. I can tell you now, even if you call me an Uncle Tom, I don't think a white advocate can have the gall to ask me that. Never.
So those were the two instances then where the judge, Mokgwatleng, made those comments. And in both instances, that has not gone unchecked and unnoticed by the bodies such as the Pan-African Bar Association of South Africa, whose Secretary General, Advocate Dalim Mpofu, joins me now on the line to weigh in on that. Advocate, good afternoon. I saw your statement. It came through, and I could tell that you are restrained to continue with the decorum and maintaining the dignity of the judiciary, but your unhappiness with the comments of the judge shines through. In your own words, put into your own words what you find disturbing about the comments made by Judge Mokgwatleng.
Good afternoon to us. Yes, we are indeed very, very disturbed by those comments, because they are nothing short of being racist. The mere idea of bundling all black lawyers as the devil and purifying all white lawyers as angels is in itself, to say the least, regrettable, and really something which needs to be condemned. And we are probably going to take it up at the highest levels of the regulatory bodies of the judiciary to make sure that our displeasure at this is voiced and acted upon, because, as you correctly point out, this is not the first time that this is happening with the very same judge. So he seems to be harboring these ideas inherently in him. And the question then is whether the judiciary should be graced by persons who believe in such self-hate and inferiority complex. And I must add very quickly to that it's completely false to say that white lawyers do not seek these kinds of indulgences. In fact, one of my colleagues, I won't mention his name, was a white Afrikaner advocate, tells me that, in his younger days when he was a cyclist, he used to ask for such indulgences from judges and be granted. And all of us who have been in the courtrooms have had those requests being made. Whether they are granted or not granted, that's another question. But and whether they are warranted or not warranted in a particular case, that's a different question. But there is nothing that can ever justify pouring such generalized vitriol and racist remarks, particularly from a judge who's supposed to be a representative of all of us, of the people of South Africa.
Yeah. Let me stick with you for a moment. And in a moment, Advocate, I will introduce Zikhona Ndlebe from Judges Matter. But I want you to take the point forward about what consequences you are calling for. I noticed that further down in your statement, you make reference to the Judge President and Deputy Judge President of Gauteng and juxtapose Judge Mokgatleng's comments against how those senior judges behave, and then you take it up to the level of saying perhaps there's something for the Judicial Service Commission to consider here.
Oh yes, no, certainly this is disturbing. It would be disturbing to any normal South African because of its racist nature. Remember, judges are the custodians of the Constitution. The first word in that Constitution talks about healing the divisions of the past, not entrenching them, not repeating them, not abusing them, and not abusing the power that is granted to someone, by the Constitution. So the judicial cloak doesn't immunize anyone from scrutiny, because it is the Constitution that is supreme, and that is always forgotten, not the judiciary. The judiciary is an enforcer of the Constitution. Then the question then becomes, can you have